Okay.
Okay. Well, this bonus module is called...
The clock is ticking?
The clock is not ticking. I should give this to you. As soon as you see the red light, you can put it there and I'll be able to see it.
That's perfect.
There you go. Anyway, you have Garland Harris and my lovely bride,
Evelyn Harris.
Yes. This is bonus number 2. It's called the Pittsburgh Prize. $100,000 raise in 17 days, and it's my wife and I braved the cold to bank the gold. On the first trip from Florida to Pittsburgh, we spent 10 days there and got 7 accredited investors. And on the second trip, about 1 week or so later, we stayed for 7 days and got 33 more accredited investors, raising a total of $106,000 in change. And so, true story, we were here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, where we are right now. Sunny, well, it's not sunny right now because it's nighttime, but in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and we wanted to take a company public. We had a public company that was in the internet sphere back in '98. As a matter of fact, it went public December of '98 to be exact, after spending 6 years and 16 hours a day in front of a computer screen, if not a little longer than that, working certain aspects of the internet. We took that company public. Then another company that we were doing what were we doing? We were doing marketing. It was New Dynamic Marketing was the name of it. We merged with a company that was doing internet marketing, and that company later went public. And this one, we were looking for a way to get public faster. We were kind of fed up with the process of it taking so long, months and months and months and months. It could take a year and a half to go public. We wanted a faster way, so we got a hold of our buddies at Green Tree Financial, and we said, look, what's a better way? Specifically, it was Chris Catone. What's a better way of getting public, a faster way? And they said, well, you know, we can get you public on the pink sheets. We can start you from scratch. Obviously, you can buy a shell. I don't have the money right now to buy a shell. What's another way of doing it?
Didn't have it.
Just didn't have it at that time. Well, you can go on the pink sheets, and there's 2 states right now where you can get there quicker, and that's because of the certain laws that they had. Right. One was Pennsylvania, and the other was Texas.
And wasn't there Montana or something?
Not at that time. Not at that time. It was Pennsylvania and Texas. And what it is, to go public initially, you've got to have accredited investors that buy into your company. If you have a private company, right, you have to have accredited investors. At that time, we were using Rule 504, which is a U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission rule. And as long as a state has a similar laws that work with that rule, and some states, these 2 states at that time, made it available that an accredited investor didn't have to hold their stock for a year before reselling. Right. They had the ability that if they chose to, if they decided to, they could decide to sell their stock right away. And even though the company had to initially sell to an accredited investor, that accredited investor, because of laws in the state and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and in Texas at that time, they could turn right around and sell it to whoever they liked. And those were the laws. Even if Pennsylvania chooses to deny that today, those were the laws in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. So, let's see our time. Yep, we're doing good. So we chose to go to Pennsylvania first and foremost. Even though we had relatives, daughter and son-in-law in Texas, we chose to go to Pennsylvania. I don't know why. I think
you said it was close.
And it's really not closer.
It's straight up. We could just go straight up. And I'm like, why? It's cold up there.
It was cold. But
what did we do? We went to Philadelphia first?
We went to Philadelphia first. I think it was because of Philadelphia had jazz. And, and it was an eastern city. And I thought, Philly. I guess I was thinking because of the whole Philly thing. I wasn't thinking of going to Pittsburgh.
I think you were thinking of Philly cheesesteaks.
I was thinking of Philly cheesesteaks, I'm sure. The home of Philly cheesesteaks, and I love Philly cheesesteaks. So anyway, we went there, and one of the little known secrets that, this is a secret that not many people know, and so we're going to give it to you. If you're going to deal with accredited investors, perhaps the biggest group of accredited investors are business owners. An accredited investor, I'm saying that fast, like I was from Philly. Hey, forget about it. Investor is one that has a net worth of $1 million or earned $200,000 2 years ago, $200,000 last year, and they're on pace to earn $200,000 this year, or husband and wife together earned $300,000 2 years ago, $300,000 last year, and it looks like they're going to earn $300,000 this year. Those are the only ones who can invest in a private company. You have to file certain exemptions under Rule 504, and the rules that would fit with that in whatever state you choose to go into. Some states still, I believe, I won't mention the state still right now, I won't tell you right now, but there's still one state that I know of in the United States that has very flexible rules for accredited investors. But at that time, Pennsylvania had rules that allowed an accredited investor to change their minds about how long they wanted to invest in a certain company, and if they wanted to sell right away, they could. And so we went there to take advantage of those flexible laws. Oh, okay, I'm looking at the time. This will be done in 2 or 3 parts, so you get enough of a story to take action yourself if you choose to, and utilize this special bonus. But, so Pennsylvania was one of those states. We went to Pennsylvania for that reason, and we wanted to find a pool of business owners, because that's your best group of people that are accredited investors. They have, percentage-wise, more business owners are going to be accredited investors than any other group. Right. So that's why we wanted to find a pool of business owners. Now, because of our years of being in business, we knew of a pool of business owners, of accredited investors, of business owners, and that pool are in the category of trade exchanges. Trade exchanges have trade dollars, barter dollars, or what we call today Troptions.
Troptions.
That's where you'll find a lot of business owners. Almost everyone in a trade exchange is a business owner.
That's why they're in a trade exchange.
That's right. And they use that trade exchange to exchange their products or services that they have excess of. And every business goes through cycles. Restaurants go through cycles in times during the day. They're busy at lunch hour. They're busy at dinner hour. They're not as busy at other times during the day. They're busy at certain times of the year more so than other times of the year. For example, restaurants are like that. Other businesses are busier. You know, retail businesses get extremely busy during certain holidays, during certain important buying times, like, I keep looking at the clock to make sure we don't go over, like, Father's Day, Mother's Day, Valentine's Day.
Sure.
Of course, the Thanksgiving, right after Thanksgiving, that hugely popular retail time. And of course, right before Christmas is a very popular retail time. And right after Christmas, when people are returning things, is a very popular retail time. So those, and back to school. These are times that are very critical for the retail industry. So, but there are ups and downs, and same thing with service businesses. The air conditioning industry is going to get very busy right now and not be quite as busy as it starts to get cool again. And then the heating industry starts to get very, very busy. So during the times when businesses are busy, they don't want to trade.
Right. And why should they?
They got cash running out of their ears.
Out the wazoo.
Oops, out the wazoo. Did we say that on camera? There are other times, though, when they're not so busy, and that's when they love to exchange their product or service for another product and service. So now we're going to stop because we'll run out of time. We'll be back, though.